the customers have contracts longer than a year, all that will have stress. So the best guideline across industries is to talk to all the stakeholders in your ecosystem, be that banks, companies, individual customers, if you are a company, and assure them that you will do the best possible job given the stress and the strain that you're in. And I think that's one of the ways by which you can resolve this. If everyone starts suing each other, and the legal system won't be able to handle all these cases, and this is already
and given the fact that you're looking at a new normal, as they call it, what incentive is there for people to even come back? If I can work from home, if things are all
if the
fine,
company allows, if the company that they're employed in allows them to work from a remote village, as long as the internet is there, I think they'll be incentivized to stay there.
So interesting. Do you see now a lot of villages now?
Oh yeah, I think this is a great opportunity for tier 2 and tier 3 cities in India to sort of use this as an opportunity to make the transition sort of permanent, if it is even possible.
Yeah.
Because a lot of highly skilled talent pool of this country, at least in India, will be in places they haven't been for quite some time. People have been working in cities for probably 10 years and they kind of go back for the very first time, and they'll use that opportunity to explore that city, and hopefully they'll probably start new businesses along with their jobs, or they'll quit. I think there are a lot of positives for tier 2 and tier 3 cities, but metropolises overall are completely screwed.
And
at least in the medium term, there is so much uncertainty in the giant cities. I mean, nobody knows what happens.
Weird analogy, like what's happened recently. So you're saying, look out for all the Dhonis in the backwater, basically. There's going to be a lot of them coming out.
You mean to say that Dhoni being the...
Yeah, when he came in, he was someone from tier 2 city.
Now the metaphor for Dhoni is he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, he is, yeah. So I'm just saying you'll have a lot of tier 2 cities. You're looking at a lot of growth, a lot of talent coming from,
tier 1 cities to tier 2 cities.
There's going to be a lot of transfer of these things.
At least for next 1 year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see...
But that would probably be my lasting question here. Like, you're saying 1 year, 2 year. Now, behavior that's obviously going to be ingrained over 6 months. This is a reset we're talking about. I don't think another 2 years we're going to go back to what we were. It's going to be a whole different
world. It's an assumption, but...
is it an assumption or what do you think?
Assumption.
It's a possible assumption.
Yeah.
So, I just want that to be, like addressed or even discussed upon, the fact that how much of the behavior that we have ingrained, or how much of it is what's going on right now, how much of this will you see returning back to what pre-COVID times were? Or do you see a whole new world, let's say, a brave new world out there?
I think that totally depends on how we are able to contain this. I think you will be a better person to probably answer this, because it totally depends on the fact that we are able to contain this COVID virus and figure out if we come up with a vaccine. I'm assuming, statistically speaking, I'm assuming that the vaccine has to be tested by efficacy for different geographies.
Different populations.
And you're assuming, you're making a bunch of assumptions saying
and
that
hopefully the viruses stay the same, the strains stay the same.
And there are no mutants. So if that is contained, I think the enormous strain and sort of renegotiate all the contracts amicably without getting into legal problems. I think that's the best way forward. I mean, and courts will be more than happy with the fact that two people can negotiate and resolve their issues. And it goes back to all the stakeholders, including banks, companies, individuals.
That's true. So I guess communication at the end of the day is the name of the game.
Communication is the name of the game.
And if you're in the communication business, more power to you.